Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make this nail design. However, we're going to switch out that crystal placement in the center because I absolutely hated it. So we've done something way better. I definitely prefer it way more. Here we've got the rule maker, we've got food coma. Food coma is going to be my nude shade. We've got rose. And lastly, we also have pink with benefits. So we've got 3 different shades of pink. And we also have loyal, which is going to be our white today. So I went for 2 different shades of pink, and then I went for a much darker shade. In the first prototype, should we say, that I showed at the beginning of the video, we ended up actually using 4 different shades of pink. However, I feel like there were just too many swirls, and since each swirl had 4 layers of color, I just felt like it was too thick and it kind of overwhelmed each nail a little bit. So I personally preferred to lower the amount of colored lines or swirls together and kind of give the nail a little bit of space to breathe. So I feel like the first prototype was just example number 1. If you prefer it that way, you can always pause it and obviously recreate if you wish or get inspired, but I definitely prefer much more the one we're gonna do now. So when it comes to background shade, we've got 4 nails that are food coma and then 1 nail that is pink with benefits. And now we've got 2 layers of everything applied, and I'm going to start on the nail art. So on 2 of the new nails, I'm going to do a French tip using the white. So if you're not very good with French tips, this nail design is actually quite good for you, because if by any chance you get your smile line a little bit wonky or there's maybe some imperfections that you'd wish to cover, we're going to do obviously swirly lines later on top of this nail, so that'll be the great time to do the swirly lines around the area that you want to cover up. So you can cover it up with the swirly lines, no one will ever know that you made any mistakes or anything like that. So that's a nice little design there, and the way to, you know, cover up any mistakes. So again, I'm going to repeat the smile line French tip process on the second food coma nail. My process of French tips, as you can see, I just kind of wing it each time. I've done so many that it just kind of comes naturally to me now. So there's not really much of a tutorial on that here. But if you are interested on different methods of doing French tips and you'd like a step-by-step tutorial of different ways to achieve the perfect French tip, let me know and I can definitely film a video, a bit more of like an educational one, rather than today being like a bit more of like a nail inspo design and a little chat with me. I feel like most of my videos like this become a little chat with me. I always go off on different topics and have a little chat with you guys. But if you want more educational, straight to the point, you know, videos like that, let me know and I can definitely do them for you. So now that the French tip nail is done and we've done 2 layers of the white, we can now start working on our swirly lines. So the first 2 nails that I'm working on, one's got the pink at the bottom left hand side, and then the other nail has at the top right hand side. As you can see, I'm doing this slanted line and then I'm colouring in. On this nail is the top, on the other nail is the bottom, and we're going to keep repeating it with each colour, but just placing the line below and just keep repeating it with however many colours you've got going on. Then on the French tip nails, we're going to do swirly lines. So this is the stage where you can just completely pick however many swirls you want, how thick you want them, where you want to place them. So if you've got any imperfections anywhere down the nail, it's the best time to basically place those swirly lines there. So here I've done my initial kind of sketch and then I go ahead and thicken up the line. I was about to place the nail down, but I decided to do another couple of lines down the bottom. So the first line I always do very gently and just kind of sketch it out, and then I go back in again and thicken up the line. And I do that just because I don't fully trust myself doing squiggly lines with my nail art brush. For some reason, when I have to do a corner, like a circle, for example, I struggle. I just can't seem to get like a bent line for some reason. So I always do it very gently and I just go and perfect the line later. And so I'm going to repeat this on this nail too, but I'm going to switch it up. So just pop the swirlies in a different area, or completely like change the look of the swirls, or completely up to you. Of course, again, I've got this on a long big stiletto, so I've got a lot of space to play about and be creative. But if you are doing it on a client, you might end up not needing to use all 3 pinks, or maybe even just doing very tiny little lines here and there and leaving it there. You'll just have to adapt it to the size of your nail tip or client that you're working on. Here I'm just gonna do the top part. It'll go into the lamp. I was considering doing 2 layers, but you know what, guys, just because I had quite a lot of gel polish on my brush when I was doing these lines, I was actually quite happy with the opacity of the lines that I was creating, so I decided to just leave it. No one's wearing these nails. These are just for design purposes and for content creation for you guys. So no one's wearing them, but personally, whenever I do nails for myself, as a rule of thumb, I always do 2 layers, but the gel polishes from Madam Glam are just so good that just sometimes you don't need to do it at all. So here I just did the 1 layer, and you will see how good they are. Literally do not need another coat. And to be honest, if you're using these kind of gels in a salon, and obviously you've got clients back to back, having gel polishes like these are so handy, because you might actually end up having to, well, finishing a client much sooner than you would usually, just because you're cutting down your time on how many cures and lines and everything you got to do. So definitely invest in a good brand. I highly recommend Madam Glam, but if you know of any others that you're quite keen or interested in getting but you're not too sure, definitely do it. If you know they're very opaque, they're very good, do it. It will in the long run save you money, even though right now it might feel like they're expensive. If it means you can cut down your time on clients, then it's always a win, and you can get more clients in and therefore more money. So it's definitely worth it in the long run. So now back to the nails. We have cured all the nails, of course, and now we're going in with the next shade of pink. And I'm just going to be following along the lines that we've already created and just like doing another layer right next to it. So you can pick at that stage if you want to do the outer line or the inner line. It's all completely up to you what you do. And I have to be honest, I kind of found this more harder than the initial line in the first place. I just found myself constantly overlapping the initial pink that I made. So I did it in kind of fractions and segments in a way, rather than just, you know, winging the whole line in one go. I guess I just don't trust myself. But yeah, took little turns, and at first I wasn't too sure if the color choice was the best one, just because we've got the 2 pinks that are very similar to one another, and then that third pink is very dark compared to the other 2. But you know what? The longer I look at them, the more I like them. So the more I like the color choice. But this design would be so cool if you could like switch up the colors, do a blue version, do a green version, a yellow version, literally whatever your favorite color is. This set will work wonders for you. So again, we're finishing up again with that darker pinky shade. This will be the last time now that we're repeating everything again. So this pink is so beautiful. It's my go-to pink for winter, and I'm not too quite sure if it's like a wintry color, but for some reason I always get drawn to it in the winter. And you know what, even in the summer, to be honest, although in the summer I am leaning more towards neon-y colors. Still pink though, I'm a massive pink girl, but more towards the neon ones. But yeah, this one just, oh, love it. So here I just fast tracked it, because again we're just repeating ourselves all the time. So here now I'm doing some dotted cutesy little stars. So I start off with plopping down 2 dots and then dragging out 4 lines from each dot to create our little star. So we're going to do that on the 2 squiggly lines that line nails on the line nails, and then on the other 2 nails. So we're keeping that pink nail completely bare. That's going to be our crystal nail. The other 2 nails are going to have a couple stars too, but we're going to add an additional couple dots and some extra detail. So I'll show you that now. So I started off with the 2 dots again, so that'll be our stars again. So just drag out 4 lines from each dot. After I've finished those lines, I thought it would be cutesy. You'll know if you're a subscriber of mine that I actually quite often like to do these stars and little dots too. So I grabbed the smaller dotting tool and I'm just scattering 3 dots on either side of that first star that we've created. So I quite like the look of that. And then I also decided to grab my nail art brush here, dip it in the white, and then follow the line of one of the where the 2 colors meet. So you can pick here. I decided to go where the 2 lighter shade meet, and then do the line and then do a couple of dots along the line too. So that's one done. We'll do the exact same thing on the other nail, but of course it will be flipped around. So again, the line there with some dots, 2 stars and a couple of dots around the stars. That will go then into the lamp, and then off camera quickly I matte top coat the nail. I'm running out of my matte top coat, and I thought I will spare you guys watching me suffer and try and scrape the last little bits from my bottles. So decided to cut that part out, and then we jump straight into the crystal placement today. I am so happy with that middle nail crystal placement. I I was kind of postponing filming today's video just because of that middle nail crystals. I just didn't like the way that looked, and it just took me this long to finally get myself to fix it. I don't know why, I just kept thinking, oh, I'm just gonna have to film it or just not film it if I don't like them. But yeah, today I finally just decided to switch it up, and I'm so happy I did because I just prefer it so much better. It's just, yeah, works so much better with today's design, so much better paired and everything. I don't know what I was thinking with the other nail. So on these swirly lines, I decided to scatter AB crystals all over, wherever. And I'm also not too bothered about the crystal size, so I'm just placing whatever I feel like. I'm not going too large though. I'm keeping it fairly small, just because of the amount of crystals that we're placing on. I don't want to place like humongous ones because then they're kind of in your face. I wanted them a little bit smaller. So placing that down, then we're going to work on the side coloured nail ones. But same thing, we're just going to scatter the AB crystals on there too. But for a little change on those nails, I've got these two butterflies that are actually like, the wings are kind of sticking out from the nail. There it is. So the body of it is stuck down, but the wings themselves are kind of like stand away from the nail. So it literally looks like it's about to fly off. So I thought that was really, really cute. See, and I absolutely love butterflies. I feel like butterfly nails are probably one of the most common designs on my channel. And any chance I get to include a butterfly of some sort, I do. So here this one is, and it's just so cute. I just found it super, super cute. I love it. So we're going to do, of course, the exact same thing on the other one. Just flip it around. And then we're going to just finally finish off with that middle nail. As you can see, I came very, very prepared. And I did my crystal placement on my little triangle plate there. So we'll just have to pick it up, place it down in the same order as I've got it on my little plate. And that's our nail done. Actually, following this video, I actually found it so fun to place create a crystal placement in the little container that I did like another 2 containers of different kind of crystal combinations and charms and everything together. It was actually quite fun. Highly recommend it for you guys if you haven't tried it. It was actually quite fun. Whip out your charm box and just combine things together until you like what you see. So now here it is. So we've got this big pink crystal at the top, then an AB. Then a pink bow, which I have not had a chance to use yet, and I think it's super cute. Then this long AB crystal. We then are going to place a pink crystal at the bottom, followed by a tiny AB. And then we've got a couple of small ABs that we're going to place in between crystals. So right there where I'm placing the rhinestone glue gel, and also right there. So pop that in there, cure everything into place, and then I can show you guys the final results, which are here. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!